right. A lot going on today. Let's get right to it. Perfect music for this quick 4-slide presentation. Here we go. All right. Chicago flips red. The global power of the black voice at a crossroads. All right, I've got a daughter living in France, and so I have my own immigration story, trying to make sure we can go back and forth, both my daughter and I, without any problem. Paris, Chicago, and the French. My God, the African American culture resonates so strongly in the heart of the French people. It's just incredible. So the power that the African American has on the world stage is sort of like this this secret power that the black community has. So let's continue. Chicago has always been the heartbeat of African American culture, and I would argue American culture as well. Blues was electrified here, sparking rock and roll. Jazz found its grit in our clubs. House music was born on the South Side and now fills the dance floors around the globe. Michael Jordan made Chicago the epicenter of basketball swagger. From soul to sport, this city has always exported brilliance. But today, Chicago's at a crossroads. Operation Midway Blitz is in motion, yet almost every headline spins it is negative. Anti-ICE, anti-Trump message, with little attention paid to the voices on the ground. Enter Chicago Flips Red, a group of African Americans who are speaking up. Let's give it up for Chicago Flips Red. They're saying our parks, our fieldhouses, our businesses have been neglected, resources diverted, and our kids pushed aside. They're testifying in City Hall, they've been heard in Congress, and they're refusing to be erased in their own neighborhoods. Here's the thing. When African Americans speak, the world listens. All right, did you hear me? When African Americans speak, the world listens. This is an absolutely undisputed fact. You can see that in style, in dress, in music, from Paris to Pretoria, from Tokyo to Rio, because it's authentic, it's honest, and it's transformative. Chicago gave the world music, style, and spirit. Now, it may be giving the world a new kind of leadership, one that says we will not be sidelined, not in our city, not in our country, not anywhere. All right, and so let's give a boom to, yes, this is Chicago. That's right. These are the founders of this political action group. We're going to talk about it more in upcoming broadcasts. It's just that we have some breaking news that I need to get to. All right. So, just this morning, right? Live update. All right, I'm getting it right here. 2 dead, another in critical condition after Dallas ICE facility shooting. This smells to high heaven, man. It's just we're not gonna settle for another grassy knoll. All right, there's so many things weird about Charlie Kirk's assassination. You know, from the bullets, writing on the bullets, what? And then the guy has a gun. He puts it. Supposedly he's got it in his pant leg. Then he puts it together with the screwdriver on the roof. They find the screwdriver on the roof, but the gun. He takes the gun apart to leave, to escape the scene, but then he puts it together before he lays it on the ground there. It just, and then they're saying that there's evidence that Charlie was shot through the back of the head here, and then it came out the neck there. That there's video where you can see a mist of blood here, and then the exit wound there, and the whole thing stinks because now what do we know? Okay, 3 detainees were shot at the ICE facility. Why aren't and so they're shooting the detainees. This dude is shooting the detainees while he has anti-ICE messages on the thing. It just stinks. 2 people are dead and a third in critical condition, according to DHS. No ICE officer were hurt in the shooting, Dallas police said in a news conference. The victims identified will not be released at the time. The subject, who was found dead with a self-inflicted gunshot wound, of course, has been identified as Joshua John, according to multiple senior law enforcement officials briefed on the investigation. 1 bullet found near the shooter contained the message that were anti-ICE in nature. Of course, just like Charlie Kirk on the roof, writing on the bullet. All right, we're not going to deal with another grassy knoll thing here. This thing is popping off, and so it's absolutely essential that we, especially in Chicago, we command the narrative. All right? This is non-negotiable. We need to command the narrative starting from Chicago. We can change the world. We have changed the world in the past, and we can do it again if we change the focus. And you'll have people inspired by the African Americans saying, "This is my country, man. This is my country. Take your illegal immigrant alien rear ends, get out of this country, and come in the right way." And because that's what these black voices are saying. You get the people in France, the people in Germany, the people in Britain to hear this message. This has the potential to spread like wildfire. This idea of national pride and not being invaded. And then that completely just explodes this idea of it's racist if you don't want to be invaded by another country. So again, we'll go through this really quick. This is Chicago Flips Red. Just key in Chicago Flips Red. There's some really great articles and resources that you can see how articulate and well put the argument is. They are, in front of Congress, speaking, getting hard questions, and putting forth the narrative in a very succinct, straightforward, common sense way. They're saying, we're for these Trump policies. We've been screwed by the administration. We've had personal experiences. And why their voice is so important is because they're articulating their own personal experiences, how that they have been disenfranchised in their own communities. They've seen it happen. They were victims of this abandonment of their the focus, the victims of the focus being changed between the problems of their community and the nurturing and giving money and all these resources to illegal immigrants. And it's almost, how do you defend this? All right? Child molester from Guatemala. How do you defend that? All right, yeah, I want this, another Guatemalan, or what, we don't know what, but another predator, predator, right? This dude's from Chile, murderer from Chile. How do you look at this guy with this neck tattoo? How do you defend the worst of the worst, right? By weeping about racism? Well, that's why Chicago Flips Red is just such incredibly important voice that we need to amplify. So, what a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The rising crime, the public confusion, we're on Chicago's on a national stage, all right? So this idea of ICE now being attacked, right? Actually, people are shooting in the direction of ICE officers. We need the National Guard. End of story, all right? To protect, it's not posse comitatus, it's to protect the activities of the ICE enforcement agents. So this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So we need to use AI tools. It's called agentics, all right? Where we can monitor everything live and we can get the story out there before the negative storytelling goes viral. We're on top of it, all right? AI listening, chatbots and avatars to keep the anonymous representation of the message, to keep the players, the agents safe, right? And that's all possible today than it was ever before. What we can do today, we couldn't do a year ago, 2 years ago. Daily broadcasts, just like we're doing. We can give these voices an opportunity to resonate, to be amplified. We can then cut them up to little pieces that can go to the other social media formats, tag influencers, get this thing going. And so this is more than a campaign, it's a legacy move. We're talking a place in history. All right? Who's ever implementing this is career making, history defining. We can't miss the chance to lead history. It's now or never. And we're talking about turning Chicago into mega ground zero and exporting that through African American voices and other voices, and making it resonate not just around America but around the world. All right? Lead the charge, answer the truth, own the moment. Let's shape history. All right? Come on. I think, this is what I wanted to say. All right. So, I think, I don't know if I should be so obnoxious as to, but I'm hitting it every day, and just used to be a Facebook and a right there, just used to be Facebook and X. Facebook and Twitter used to be the only icons. Now they got LinkedIn and Threads. Let's give a boom. Right? Oh, right. Is somebody listening to me? Is somebody listening to me? There's got to be TikTok there, Rumble, Kick, YouTube, Truth Social, Getter. It's all got to be there. All right. So if I see it there after today, I'll take credit for it. The time is now. I can't stress enough how the time is now and how important Chicago is to this situations and how important the voices of Chicago Flips Red are. So, once again, Chicago Flips Red, the global power of the black voice at a crossroads. That's where we are. Put your comments below. We're gonna talk about more about Chicago Flips Red, and it's gonna be great to play some video clips because you could hear like that Jasmine Crockett person, talking the way she talks, articulating the way, saying what she's saying, making the arguments that she's making, the arguments. Then you hear the representatives from Chicago Flip Red make their arguments the way they're making the arguments, and it's just a beautiful thing to behold. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you tomorrow. Take care. Au revoir.